guess now in Hong Kong is everyone stressed up. Stressed up with everything, this situation since 2019 until today. Employer, helper, company, everyone on this city getting stressed right now because they are struggling how to survive. They are struggling how to cope up with the situation, and including their financial need, their living expenses, whatever. Okay, and most of the employer and the employee right now having the kind of tension, cope up with the measurement, this social distancing. There's maybe some of the employer also having an issue for the helper itself. That's for the rest day. Yeah, some of them maybe also about the communication also. It's not only rest day nowadays. I guess it's also about the expenses for the food. Yeah, we know out there's at the market right now buying a veggie just like wow, the price is higher and much more expensive than meat itself. So I guess a lot of employer who's serving more than one person or serving this quite a big family, that will be a lot of pressure. The pressure come up with the situation, living expenses and everything that will be affect everyone right now, including the management, timing for the helper itself, the schedule for the school, also now online school change into online school, all the changing that's make us feel very uncomfortable, inconvenient, and get our mood emotionally change, also affect everything. So on this kind of situation, and then now about the timing that I've been seeing through a lot of helper being explored by the employer also during this situation, during the COVID-19. Some of employer maybe is a bit fussy, are clean freak, all this kind of employer that's high demanding. They have forgotten one thing, that if through this situation you overwork to your helper, that could not help anyone else, you know, will deteriorate their health and body, and will be no good ending anyway. And it's because of the mood and emotion affect us from the situation, also making the working environment feeling uncomfortable. And the helper need to serve more than one person, need to serve more than for one family or that kind of a big family. They also having they are facing their problem, that they having a difficult on there. They are tired, they are overworked, they feel all this kind, but they could not speak up. If they speak up, the employer get angry and try to frighten them or fire them even, because the employer always say that I pay you here, I hire you here is to work, but most of them, they have forgotten they are human. This time, what I would like to say that communication within employer and the helper need to be changed and amended, because the communication should be both way. We can't only one way. Relationship is should be both way. That's give and take. Even the bond is beyond on the paper, of course. But most of employer and employee itself, this paper is just like a paper. Okay, employer, most of the employer also didn't care what is here, right? That's your employer. You are employer, you have the right to deal with the employee or your helper. Maybe this paper just only write down on it, but in fact the practicing also will be different. Still, most of the employer thinking that they are paying the helper to do all the chores, including child minding, right? Babysitting, taking care of elderly, household chore, still got another thing, maybe gardening or that kind of thing, you know. Then household chore, cooking, looking after each person, my child minding, babysitting, and still other specific that could be gardening or whatever, you know. Maybe this job seem look like easy for some others. That's because you just know how to order and command, right? But when you put through on the effort and management of the timing, how to deal with this situation when normally there's employer working outside and then they have to work home office, and then we have to stuck with those employer, that's also affect our timetable, affect our serving time. Some of employers still exploit the worker that is working from 6 morning to a.m. There's still a lot of this kind of employer. Yes, I do believe still have a good employer for sure. I don't say that all employer are like that, but this time what we care most is nutrition, enough rest, so let your worker have the energy to get to back up with their job, their duty the next day. So if you let them have enough rest, they also have fresh, they have a body, a health body to start the work again. And our rest day supposed to be a days at a weeks that's need to be given. It's a must. That's rest day. Need to take a rest for 24 hours. That's mean the body need to rest. All the border working border, this is nothing to do with the helper anymore. Either they win. If you are afraid, that's when they are going out, maybe breaching the regulation, or idea that's worried maybe later get infected, and then will of course will affect whole family, right? This one, if you would like to communicate to your helper, I suggest you to talk to them nicely, and then because this situation everyone also try to cope up together how to get a better and safer place for sure. And provider, that you also provide the place for them proper way to rest. If you would like to insist your helper to stay at home on their rest day, or idea you give another idea that's arranged for another day, and then you just working for the day your the day off, and then we try to arrange for another day for you next time after maybe the day the situation getting better, or idea ask them to take the day off not on Sunday, that's maybe avoiding a lot of people, avoiding a crowded, or just remind her that if you would like to go out or you would like to meet your friend, just avoid the place that's much more crowded or more people, that kind of place. So that's just safety precaution. Teach them how to do this, tell them nicely, talk to them nicely, try to be much more care, much more concerned, that this kind of attitude need to do it within employer and employee, showing both way concern to each other, taking care of each other, that's will be needed. You know, if you get infected, your helper also will be busy to serve you, even instead of taking care of your kids, taking care of your family, still have to take care of yourself, of course. And nowadays outside, we also can't find outside for quarantine, so you have to stay at home if you are infected. And if the helper is infected, also the same. So that's why we need much more need to take care of each other, try to change and amend the way we speak up, the way we try to communicate, and then lots of things that we have to be careful and mindful the word we use to talk to the part that's the other party. Mind your word when you are speaking up this kind of situation, including the helper or the employer itself, because if you put on different or there's something harsh word, that will be making everyone get worked up, and then the situation within working environment with employer and employee, or employer and the helper getting so worked up, and then that will be no good ending. The communication will be break out into quarrel or argument. There's nothing, there is no solution. What I'm here, that I have an experience that's just like, for example, I and my boss, because we try to communicate, we try to be open. Everyone's, of course, want to get infected, including me, including my boss. But if really there's no choice, we can escape that one of us may be infected, we have to face it together. We have to work together. We have to cooperate. We have to take care of each other, or even take care of ourselves by doing the following the instruction from the CHP, and then we also need to take a distance, but still we have to care each other and show the concern. And how do we manage the communication? There's he try not to giving me a pressure that kind of annoying, but try to teach me how to deal with the situation, that we need to be more careful, we need to be more understanding. So just like doing a test, we both having a test together. We attend the test at the community test. Then we also understand that whatever the result, that's not what we wanted to. So if you are get infected, that means you can change the fact. Everyone could infected, regardless who you are, either employer or helper, which one from. If we would like to trace back, that we maybe could not find how when it started, but it's already spread everywhere to break out. So try to make the situation, your working environment, that's in the friendly situation, much more care, 多啲關心啊，係咪？嗱，因為一樣㗎，而家大家都心情唔係幾好，大家都係好努力要一齊搞咗啦，係咪？嗱。